Non-self is a term that was given for the existence of all phenomena and people, including people. And so when we thought of us, we always thought of us as this physical self. But us as a person, not just have the body, but also the mind. So the consciousness as well should be also taken into account. And so when we say that, let's have a good, healthy well-being. That well-being does not just means our physical body or our physical health, but it also includes the spiritual growth. And so non-self is a term, it also refers to as do not have substantial assistance. It has to means conditions have to come together in order to produce the self. So I is no longer just one, or I is no longer just this physical body, but I composed of my body and my mind. And that when good conditions or conditions coming together to make a whole, and when this condition disperse, then the event or the person would no longer would have to change forms. And so non-self, it is to remind us that do not always think of our first ego or I'm being the most important one. But more so important, I have to think in other shoes because others are my conditions. We are all connected in order to make a success.
Yes, Shifu, is this also the reason why compassion is the highest virtue in Buddhism?
Venerable Master Xing Yun, the founder of Foguangshan Monastery, he always reminds us that we do not have to have great talents, we do not have to have great wisdom, but compassion is the only element we should have keep on practicing and nurturing. Because all the teachings and all the wisdom is based on compassion. It's only we learn to appreciate others and our own existence, treasure ourselves and respect others, then compassions grow out of this sense of gratitude.
But given all that, it seems that Buddhism is compatible with any religion or any spiritual values. Would you comment on this, please?
We always heard that all religions teach people to be good, and that is the one important part of our everyday living, because we have to be able to take care of ourselves in order for us to live as a responsible citizen in our community, in our country, and this global world. And so compassion, there are different ways of practicing. So Buddhists practice on showing gratitude, being tolerant, being humble, and be generous, be diligent, be meditative, being mindful of our actions and speech, also our thoughts. And so that's our way of practice in gaining, acquiring our compassions.
I think Master has just given us a gist of the Buddhist Eightfold Path. And again, would you say that Buddhism is also compatible with atheism? Can people who are non believers in a personal God still practice the basic tenets of Buddhism? And if so, how?
We want, with a differentiating mind, we always want to differentiate one from the others. So you are female, and this is a group of male, and you are tall, and here is a group of the shorter one, and you are fat, and here is a group of the skinnier one. But however, in Buddhism, we have to take out of this non-differentiating mind. So whether we are Buddhist or whether we are non-Buddhist, the fundamental teaching of all is to look into how we see the world and how we understand, coming to realize to the phenomena, so that we would not be affected by the one particular factor that has contributed to an event in a certain time, but we able to open up ourselves, project and understanding what are the conditions that have bring about a situation or a scenario. And so Buddhism believe in oneself getting sowing the seed and getting the effect or harvesting the effect later. And so we are responsible for what we do and we are responsible for our future. So there is the saying, if we want to know what we have who we are today, we have to look at what has happened in the past. And if we want a future, this today is when we know what we can do for later.